We are here at Borders Books in Nashville, and welcome back to Two Guys Who Don't Know Crap About Movies, by the way, and I am going solo today. My partner JD is in parts unknown. I don't know where he is, but I am honored to have one of my personal heroes here, Mr. Lloyd Kaufman. Welcome, Lloyd.
Yeah, great to be here, Glenn. You know, when we're not making those great movies like The Toxic Avenger or Poultrygeist Night of the Chicken Dead, the Troma team likes to kick back and watch two guys who don't know crap about making movies or about movies, because two guys who don't know crap about movies, that's the best entertainment that the Troma team has ever seen.
Wow, what an endorsement. And you actually do know crap about making movies, and in fact, you've written books and books and books, and we have one sitting right here.
Wow, what a coincidence!
Look at this.
Direct your own damn movie.
Direct your own damn movie. There we go, Lloyd Kaufman. Oh. You got a whole series of books out now too, don't you?
Yes, make your own damn movie, direct your own damn movie, produce your own damn movie is in the works, and of course, make your own damn pudding farts. That's my personal favorite, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, well, I got to read that one.
And speaking of pudding farts, I had the honor today, of acting in a movie that is going to change the world of cinema.
What movie?
Thong Girl 4.
Which just happens to be my movie.
Wow, that's amazing.
We've been on the set all day today. Lloyd came into Nashville for actually a number of reasons. Today we filmed Thong Girl 4, which Lloyd plays Thomas Edison in a flashback crazy dream sequence.
So that's what I was doing.
Yeah, you had the old time costume on and everything. And
sorry, I had Mexican for lunch.
Yeah, a phone call there.
That's all right. We're going to turn this off. Right. This is keep going. This is appointment TV, ladies and gentlemen.
Now I just want to talk a little bit about the Troma Films, and you are the co-creator, co-founder of Troma Films, and started back in 1964, was it?
Troma started in 1974 to be the independent movie studio. Michael Hers and I decided that if we wanted to make our own damn movies, we'd have to make our own damn movie theater. Movie studio, sorry. Took a lot of crack this morning.
And you are the longest running independent film company in the world.
I have the longest running I have the longest running independent film company probably in history.
And looking at I just brought my notes with me, and looking at your IMDb list, you have got like, what, 1,000 movies under your umbrella?
Troma has, part of our business philosophy has been to acquire, in addition to making movies, to build up a library of film, so that when new technology comes in, when video cassettes came in, we did very well because all the stores needed movies to fill up their shelves.
Right.
Your bar mitzvah films could have made money in those days. And then when DVD came in, we had a big library, and so we own about 800 movies, I think.
Well, now let's talk about who you've worked with. You've worked with Eli Roth. You've worked with Oliver Stone. In fact, didn't you start originally with Oliver Stone, or you had a little partnership with him?
No, I never had a partnership, but Oliver Stone and I knew we were in second grade together, and we were very, very close friends, and he got into movies because I did. He was writing a crappy novel. I was making a crappy movie, and he kind of hung around when I was making the movie, and then turns out he had a hell of a lot of talent to make movies.
Yeah.
He was a crappy novelist, though. His novel sucks, but his movies are great. He's one of the all-time great. You can see him acting in Battle of Love's Return, which I directed in 1970 or 69. And then he and I did Sugar Cookies. Well, he was associate producer on Sugar Cookies with Mary Woronov and Lynn Lowry.
Okay. Your first movie in 1969 was called The Girl Who Returned. And about that movie, and I quote, "If you put two monkeys in a room with movie cameras, they will make The Girl Who Returned in 12 days. Did you say that?
I think that's a fair statement. But on the other hand, it was a good learning experience because I shot it. It was a feature-length movie, which I made while I was at Yale. And in those days, it was the 60s, and everybody was doing kind of short-form, psychedelic-type stuff. And I actually did a beginning, middle, and end narrative film, but indeed it did suck.
Okay, and let's go back one more year to 1968 when you actually graduated from Yale. In the class of George W. Bush, is that right?
I had the honor of graduating with George W. Bush, the greatest president, as I know everyone agrees, since Abraham Lincoln, the greatest president of the United States.
Okay.
Since Abraham Lincoln.
Now,
who also was a president of the United States.
Right.
That's how much I know. Yes.
Now, here's an interesting fact, and I've already let you in on it earlier, but your most famous he got an honorary degree the same year as you graduated was?
Oh, Paul McCartney, of course.
Paul McCartney graduated honorarily in your class.
He sure did. Class of 1968. Indeed, it's a great It's a great class and a very great year, 1968.
But when you were at Yale, you didn't go to Yale with the intent on making films.
No, in fact, but Yale is the reason I fell into movie making. It was the 60s. I was going to be a teacher or a social worker, teach people with hooks for hands how to finger paint, teach bums how to draw happy faces on beads, string the beads together. I was going to do good things, but then I was put in a room with a movie nut, and God fucked my life. My roommate was the head of the Yale Film Society. So I started drifting in there and seeing these great movies that I didn't even know what a film director was. I never heard of the fact that Charlie Chaplin was a director. I just thought he was a goofy clown. and John Ford and Howard Hawks and Andy Warhol and Stan Brakhage, and I just started getting blown away by all these great movies. And finally I happened to see a movie at the Yale Film Society called Ernst Lubitsch's To Be or Not to Be. And it was during that movie that I decided that I would give what I have to give to the American public.
Wow. And the world is better for it.
Well, if you want to blame somebody for Troma, Jack Benny, Carol Lombard, and Robert Stack are dead, but you can go and urinate on their graves.
And speaking of Toxic Avenger also, that's pretty much what put you on the map as far as, I mean, you've done a lot of other stuff, and that was like your biggest...
Squeeze Play was big. That was the a film that combined slapstick satire with sex, and that was a big deal when that happened. Prior to Squeeze Play, everybody thought, sex is really serious. People who go to a sex movie, they want to those movies are there to stimulate the raincoat manufacturing of raincoats, and it turns out that people do want to laugh, and Shakespeare had all sorts of bawdy humor. So Squeeze Play did very, very well, and then of course Porky's. Hollywood started making those kinds of movies, and they were making them. It was very unfair because they were making them with good actors and good scripts. So we had to move on, and we decided to try out the horror genre. But I still wanted to do slapstick satire in the horror zone.
And Toxie has kind of become like your mascot in a way, hasn't it?
Yeah, Toxie for some reason became very, very popular, and beyond my intentions, it became a part of the American iconography.
And well, tell us about the Broadway musical or the off-Broadway musical.
Well, The Toxic Avenger is the only movie where a young boy's head is squashed by the wheel of an automobile that was subsequently made into a politically correct children's environmental Saturday morning cartoon show called The Toxic Crusaders, and now a Broadway musical with music by David Bryan of Bon Jovi.
That's awesome.
Bon Jovi came to the opening too. John Bon Jovi came to the opening. He loved it. And also, there were all sorts of Broadway people. The guy who directed Urinetown, John Rando, who got a Tony Award winner. Harriet Tubman, who founded the country of Liberia. She was involved in the script. I mean, it's amazing. Joe DiPietro, who has the longest running play ever on off-Broadway. I Love You, You're Perfect, Now Change. So it was, and the producers of the Toxic Avenger musical did a great job in bringing the Troma humor to the mainstream Broadway audience.
Oh, wow, I can't.
The Toxic Avenger musical, it's called.
The Toxic Avenger musical. That's awesome. Okay, and now your latest film, Poultrygeist.
Poultrygeist, Night of the Chicken Dead.
Okay, is your
very dead.
Is your current film, and I came to the premiere at the Belcourt, and it was awesome. And it has musical numbers in it too, which is just actually which got me thinking about adding musical numbers to Thong Girl 4. So we have 2 musical numbers now too.
I heard about it. That's great. That's great.
Everybody needs to go out and see this movie. It's awesome. It's amazing.
It's poultry in motion.
Poultrygeist, Night of the Chicken Dead. Correct? Correct.
Yes.
Okay. And we've got your book here. We got your series of books, but we've got Direct Your Own Damn Movie, Produce Your Own Damn Movie. You got a series of books. You got your Broadway musical. Again, looking through IMDb, you got like 10 movies in production right now that you're actually starring in. So I mean, you're constantly in other people's movies.
Well, if I'm in a movie and a young person is trying to break in, if I'm in the movie, maybe he can then say to Debbie Rochon or Sid Haig or somebody like that, "Hey, Lloyd's in the film."
Yeah.
And then maybe they'll take him seriously, or take her seriously, or take it seriously. But and of course, if I'm in a movie, the Troma fans will then maybe buy their DVDs.
Oh yeah, we're totally going to exploit Thong Girl 4 with you in it. I hope you don't mind.
I'm waiting for it.
Great, it's awesome. Lloyd, thanks so much.
The fact that you laughed at that, Thong Girl Part 4 is going to be great.
It's going to be awesome. Thank you all. Thanks for watching Two Guys That Don't Know Crap About Movies.
I want to be on the video box.
Yes,
you better put me on that video box.
You bet.